These things, it's patches. That's it. It's the technology that has unlocked her brain. It's unlocked her body. It's unlocked her soul. She lives with a reckless, abandoned joy. And it's pretty contagious, because if you see her, you're going to smile. And if you start smiling, then you're going to be happy. And that happiness keeps going and keeps going. Well, my daughter, Katie, is 43 years old, and Katie was born perfectly normal. At 6 weeks of age, she had E-Coli meningitis that wiped out her nervous system. She lost everything. So from 6 weeks of age until today, she has lived 43 years in a body that doesn't work. And last March, I had just had relief from Icewave and X39, and I thought, okay, that's all that does. It just does pain stuff. So, but I didn't think past that, because you never think past your pain. Well, Katie woke up with a crick in her neck, and I thought, okay, it worked for me. So I put a X39 on her trap, and that day, that was in March of 23. On that day, Katie got very relaxed, and she's always happy, but she was happier. And so, we thought, good day. Didn't tell my husband that I had done it. It was all good. Well, the next day, I thought, let's do that again. On the second day, that's when Katie's arm, that's been contracted and pulled in for 42 years, went completely straight, and she put it over her own head. And that was the beginning of her journey. So we went from a body that was locked with a nonverbal child that lived a very good life and is happy. We thought we couldn't ask for more or expect more, because, you just have to live within your boundaries. Well, our boundaries got moved. The day that patch went on her and her arm went up, that boundary got moved, and it has never gone back. Her box is open now. She is patching. We're patching her. Katie now can have a conversation with you. She's verbal now, because my good friend April Vaughn said, come sit with me. I have something to tell you. You put cortisone on Katie, and you're going to have your daughter talk. And April Vaughn, today, on her birthday, I get to tell you, you were right. She's talking. She can now hug me with both arms, because both arms move. She can put her arms over her head. She can kick both of her legs independently. This doesn't sound like something that's very much. If you've never had it, it is a miracle to watch unfold. She has the freedom that her mind has always had locked in there. She just had no way to get it out. Now she does. Her immune system is incredible now. We got the flu. We went all through COVID and all through all this other stuff. We got nothing. We got exposed to the flu. Fever is very dangerous for Katie, because it can cause seizures. Well, she had fever for less than a day. She had no seizures, and she kicked the flu in 3 days. She's the healthiest person in our house. She is on no medication whatsoever. She has done no physical therapy in the last 25 to 30 years. She hasn't done physical therapy. Like I said, we lived within our limitations and we made the most of them. But you can only do what you can do. And we were happy with that. But that is gone. That day's gone. There is no limitations now. We live with expectations, and we live with what's going to happen next. She has decided now that she wants to paint again. She hasn't painted in 30 years. She did that in school as a part of a curriculum. Well, she wants to paint again. So today she unwrapped all of her painting stuff, that she's going to start art again, because she wants to create. We do. We patch her with glutathione, cortisone, 39 and 49, 39 and 49, or every day. carnosine, glutathione, Eon, and Alavita. I mean, she does them all. She does everything except pain because she has no pain. And energy, she has great energy. So there you go. Her immune system is crazy good. Her eating habits have not changed. Nothing in Katie's life changed except patches.
You were sharing a story right before we went on about, she in a restaurant today having a conversation with someone?
She was. She was in a restaurant, and on any given time, if you know somebody with a disability or has limitations in wheelchair, noises behind them can scare them. All the movement that's in a restaurant can really unnerve them because it's a lot of noise that you don't know is coming. She didn't flinch. It didn't bother her whatsoever. And before, it would have bothered her. We would have put her away from the crowd. We would have made sure that, she wasn't a spectacle if somebody made a loud noise. Well, now she's the loudest person in the restaurant because she's telling everybody hi. But none of that bothered her. She ate, she drank, she did everything like everyone else. And we stopped to talk to people that my husband works with, and she told them hi and was just talking to them too. And they were total strangers. This is she's just something. But the biggest thing is Katie sings now. When you go from a nonverbal person and they begin singing, that's a change in the brain. But the bigger thing is Katie now hums, and humming is a reverberation in the body that resets the brain back to center. And that is not something she studied or was told, or her body instinctively knew. And she began humming again, and she got that back. So she's balancing her own brain with her own energy. It's not something that we had to teach her because she had it. We all have it. Have you ever had the lunch lady? You remember being back in school? The lunch ladies were always the ones wiping the tables and humming. They were happy and balanced. They didn't have anybody. They were just in their own world doing their thing. So now that she's doing that, yesterday she was relaxed. I had put an Eon on that left arm that's been contracted. The arm extends now, but that hand is still contracted. And last night I put an Eon right on that contracture, right on that. And she straightened her arm out and rested it on her lap. But she took her right hand and she put it over her wrist with an open hand. And she opened it. Her fingers were open and she was soothing herself. But it's not because she was thinking about it. It's because it was her natural instinct to be able to cross over. I was told by Lillian Walker, that traumatic brain specialist, that with Katie doing that crossover, that is the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain communicating again. So what we have taken after 42 years of not being able to break through, less than a year of patching, her brain now is working cohesively, and we don't know what's coming next. I mean, she is no show pony. She is a racehorse, but she is no show pony. You can't make her do anything. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And when you have your daughter hug you with two arms after not being able to, that's a mom moment. When you have your daughter look at you and say, "How are you?" And you tell her, "I'm not doing good today." And she looked at me and she said, "I can tell." Well, I melted. Just throw me on the ground. I'm over. I'm done. And she was soothing me. She was the person giving comfort when that's been my job for 42 years. That's